right, want to talk to you for just a few minutes here on this Friday afternoon. I am on the job here in Lithonia, Georgia. That's right, it is the suburbs of Atlanta. Wild edibles grow here just like they do deep in the forest, in the mountains, way out in the country. Wild edibles grow absolutely everywhere. And I encourage you to encourage wild edibles to grow in your yard. Whether you live in the city or you have 40 acres up in the mountains, it just doesn't matter. Suburbs, encourage them to grow. Always have you a wild edible patch somewhere on your land. Anyway, I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about Creeping Charlie. Creeping Charlie is a evergreen. That means you can pull back that snow and there it will be edible and green. Creeping Charlie grows all over the United States and throughout Europe and several other places. And it is very creeping. It creeps along, stays low to the ground, and it very invasive. It will take over an area, which makes it an excellent wild edible survival food. Yes, sir. And it keeps the other weeds out. Once you get that growing, it'll keep the poison ivy and the grasses from coming up. It's kind of like a ground cover, but it's edible. Anyway, we'll take a look at it. Hey, learn your wild edibles. Encourage them to grow and learn them. Learn your wild edibles. It's so important. It's food security. Hey, listen to me. It is food security. Yes, sir. This is all Creeping Charlie. Food security. Yeah, and some people argue with that, but it really can't be argued. If you know wild edibles, you know good and well they grow all over the world. The world would have to burn up with fire in order to stomp or get rid of the wild edibles. You just can't stop them. So when your cache is broken into, when your food storage is broken into, when it floods or burns, when your homestead is overran, you always have this. You always have this. Now, most thieves that would steal would not know what this is. 99% of the world's population don't know that this is edible. They would walk, stomp right over it on their way looking for food. Think about that. So if you know your wild edibles, you're a one percenter. How about that, huh? You're a one percenter if you know your wild edibles. Creeping Charlie, take a good look at it. The edges are they're like very lobed, rounded, several I don't know what you would call it. Humps, bumps on the edge of the leaf. Them leaves can be cooked up like spinach. You can eat them raw in a salad. Yes, excellent wild edible. Now, see, I wouldn't eat some of these. They have some kind of mildewy, moldy, white something on them, or maybe they're just discolored and it happens naturally. I don't know. But just pick the good ones and eat the good ones. Now here we have some, looks like, not positive, but this darker green here looks like blue violet growing in there amongst them. And if it is blue violet, which I believe it is, looks a little dark, but it still could be blue violet. If it is, it's edible as well. That's it. Leaves are very lobed. See it? You can just pop that in your mouth or throw it in a stew. Stir fry it. Boil it. Whatever. Anyway, Creeping Charlie, wild edibles are absolutely everywhere. I encourage you to find them. Anyway, hey, I by no means am not an expert. No, sir. So consult with a local expert, study for yourself, make sure you have the right thing. I have made mistakes before. Yes, I have. I've had my throat swell up. I have thrown up. So learn for yourself, and make sure you're absolutely positive about what you are eating. Anyway, we'll see you. That's a nice patch of Creeping Charlie. Now that will creep and grow everywhere, take over an area. So it's a good ground cover to keep the weeds down. It's an excellent wild edible and an excellent addition to the dinner table. Excellent survival food, whatever. It's excellent. Creeping Charlie. We'll see you.